Alright, how's everybody doing today? We are back with another Ark build, which I have done, and this one is on Primitive Plus. Yep, I went ahead and went into, activated the Primitive Plus, and it is decidedly, there's a whole lot of difference between regular Ark and what they call Primitive Plus mode on it, if you've never played it before. But if not, you owe it to yourself to go give it a look. There's a whole lot of building stuff on the Primitive Plus, which is not available in the regular Ark. A lot of the, I guess you could say, advanced technology, like the metal buildings, the tech buildings, a lot of the weapons and stuff are completely different. They're more primitive, like axes and different types of weapons, spears and things that you can use on this. But the one thing I liked about it, as I tried out Primitive Plus, it's been a good while back, and they have a building material on there called lumber. Get back there, bird. And what it is it gives you that look, sort of like what you would expect to see, like in the chalets up in the mountains and stuff. And I wanted to have something with a tower on each side, but unfortunately there are a lot of glitches and bugs in Primitive Plus, which they just never have seemed to get worked out, get the kinks out of. So you gotta see what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. I had a lumber tower on each side, but it seemed like the higher up I went with it, it would have like big gaps in between the building pieces, and so it's like the higher you went, the gap would just get wider and wider. So I had to basically knock down both towers. And they have another building thing on here, which is not stone, it's called brick, as we will see here in just a moment. And it looks really nice. You can color it. You can give it like a dark red color, like what you would expect to see just on a conventional bricks, and it does show out real nice. Now this back here is what they call the oil tank. Still haven't really figured that out. That's something I've never tried on Primitive Plus before. The only concession I did to anything modern is this is definitely a higher level area up here. You get a lot of Uties up here. You get a lot of dire wolves. If you like Uties, then you definitely need to play. Oh, here we go. You definitely need to play on the Valguero map, because there's a ton of Uties and a ton of wolves, as we can see. Hold on. In case anybody's wondering, no, I did not bring in a metal sword. I did not spawn in a metal sword on this game. This is what is called the sharpened sword, although something tells me it's probably about the same thing. It's just they have a different name for it on Primitive Plus, so you can make those. But anyway, the only concession I did was I spawned in some heavy auto turrets. I've got two up on each. I got one up on each tower and these three across the back, because you really need them. Because the only thing that's in here defense-wise, they have what are called catapult turrets. I've never tried one out, but it's nothing that's going to work automatically if you're not here. So if you don't have something that's going to work for you while you're not around, unless you have a lot of dinos up here which are leveled up nice that can defend your base. This is lumber. It's not the strongest building material. It's not like a metal. It's certainly not like anything like tech. So yeah, you could get a base wrecked, I imagine, pretty quick. So I brought those in. I had to have something to power it, so the only really other concession I made was I had to spawn in a tech generator and some element to power it. But anyway, let's go inside. Now there's a lot, like I said, there's so many differences in this game. There's a lot of things you don't see in the regular Ark. You got the wooden cabinet, which has got 10 slots. This is just a table and chairs. The one thing I thought was nice is this table lantern, and it's not very bright or anything, but it does have a nice look to it. Okay, now this is a baker's oven. You can bake bread in this on this game mode, the Primitive Plus, whatever you want to call it. You can make honey bread. There's some different types of baked products you can make. You have a cooking station, which, you know, you got all, like I said, there again, you got all kinds of different things you can do. One thing that is very weird about this thing is you can have a hammock, or you can have what's called the primitive bed, which is what this is, but you cannot lay on them. Basically, it's going to be, basically it just gives you a spawn point. The hammock, you really can't lay on that. So what I do whenever I leave the game, getting ready to, you know, sign off, I will go up and put in the save world command to make sure everything is saved good, and then I'll just, wherever I'm standing inside, I'll just go ahead and just exit the main menu, and that helps take care of that. Now, you don't have any chemistry station or mortar and pestle in this game. You have what's called the alchemy table, which basically it works the same thing. You know, you can make your spark powder and, you know, whatever else. And then this is something else I have in Primitive Plus. It's called the steel safe, and you can put different things in here. This is organic oil, which you have to operate your smokehouse to make jerky like you would in preserving bins on the regular game. And of course, I don't, now on my regular beach base that I got built up, I just have a small place there, like on the starter area, beach 1 I think it is, and I have one of these, and it does have meat, and it has spark powder and the organic oil in it, and that's how you make jerky. And then this here is something different I hadn't tried before. It's a preserving shed, and you can store your perishables, spark powder, or firewood. Use spark powder, oil, and cooked meat, and to make jerky if you want to make jerky in it, or you can just use it basically to preserve things, sort of like what the refrigerators would do, or the ice box on the regular Ark game. And you don't have a smithy in this game. You have a what's called a construction table and an advanced workbench. Advanced workbench is basically for repairing a lot of things. You can craft some things over here. And construction table is for making things like, let's say, your baker's oven, your cooking station, your smokehouse, and different items like that. You can make what's called a big campfire, and it's got 6 slots in it instead of just a regular old little wimpy campfire in the game that has 3. And then there's also this, it's called the industrial grill, and it's supposed to operate, well, I mean, it really does, it operates, except it uses coal as a fuel source. It does not use gasoline. There is no gasoline on this map, so that's a non-entity. You have to have coal to run that, and then you can mine that just like you would with a pick, with with different types of rocks and stuff like that. Okay, this is just a little modular table for storage, nothing special. And actually, I think it's bugged. And there is another item in the Primitive Plus called the metal sink, which I do have one of them in here, right here. This thing is bugged badly. I got 2 of them, tried to place one, and as soon as I went to place it, and as soon as it placed, it just poofed, it just disappeared. So I looked online, and that is something that is badly bugged in the game, because I placed it like right along back here. I couldn't even get it to pull up like, okay, it's there, but you can't see it type thing. So yeah. But this is what I'm going to call, I guess you could call it the winter chalet or the winter getaway. I mean, you know, whatever. And oh, here's another nice thing to have on the map. It's a grindstone, and what you do, it's a round sharpening stone used for grinding or sharpening tools, like your sword or, you know, whatever. And I do like these benches. These are the lumber benches. I thought was real nice. So it's a nice look with the high back and everything. And then, of course, you just got a wooden table, you know, just basically for show. And this over here is a wood storage shed. You can use this to put firewood in it and store it, and keep your firewood out here. And then a bunch of standing torches. But I wanted to do this, like I said, Primitive Plus can be very buggy, can be very glitchy, it can be a real pain in the ass to build with sometimes, and it can be very frustrating. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Just thought I'd show off what I have done. Where's my bird? He's around here somewhere. Oh, there he is over here. And this is a bird that I had to get once I got into the game, because I still have animals in storage, basically uploaded, and I could not download any of them in Primitive Plus when I went over to the obelisk. So this is kind of separate from that. So you might want to keep that in mind if you're thinking, well, I'll go in there and I've got a couple Rexes or something which are really leveled up, I can bring them in. No, you can't. It just doesn't work that way. So you have to kind of start over in that regard. But I appreciate everybody watching. Leave me a like, give me a comment if you like it, or if you got any other questions about Primitive Plus, if you've never played it, you want to try it out. If I can answer it, I will. If not, I'll see if I can find the answer, and then I'll get back to you. But appreciate everybody watching. Have a good day, and we'll talk to y'all later.